Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and leave me a comment about how you like this video. This is a practice for rest and recovery, complete relaxation. When you're ready to get started, let's close the eyes, come to a comfortable seated position. Bring the hands in prayer, a long deep breath in. As you exhale, let's softly open the eyes. We are ready to begin. We're going to start off right away with the bolster. So I want you to come to a little bit of a wide child's pose position. And so we'll separate the knees, but keep the feet still underneath the hips. And then glide the bolster in. If you need more support, you're going to take the yoga blocks and elevate the bolster or the pillow, depending on what you're using. And then as you exhale, I'd love for you to feel complete contact of the torso on the bolster. And then you can exhale, and maybe it feels nice to drop the head over to one side. And you can play around with wiggling in, separating the knees or bringing them closer together, what feels more comfortable. But we want to try to have the position arranged so that the back muscles can completely release. So often we store excess tension in the back muscles, in the pelvic muscles. So give yourself the opportunity to just release all the weight of the body, all the weight of the thoughts, all the weight of our emotions, all the weight that we carry, the heaviness. Let that just drop. So we don't try to let go of it. We lean into it. So there's a sinking feeling, a settling of all the bones, the muscles. And the more we can sink, the more the muscles release. Just melting and relaxing. If there are many thoughts, focus on lengthening your exhalation. Reach a still point. Without any expectation, without any attachment, just be here, following the rhythm and the pace of your breath. Maybe about 5 more breaths here, and then we'll prepare to change position. Sometimes this is all we need to start to feel better. A few moments without any pressure, no expectation, no one asking anything of us. A space where we're also not asking too much of ourselves. Just a few more breaths. One more breath. On the next breath in, let's come back to the center and just rest on the elbows. We'll exhale here. This next movement we can do with or without the bolster. I'm going to do it with the bolster for today. So hug the knees a little in, and then just come forward on the bolster or on the floor, and we'll lie down. If we're doing the bolster, make sure that your chest is a little elevated so that the chest comes off the bolster. Slide the right hand under and the left hand, or the right arm under, and so they cross with the left on top. And let's just drop the head down. And so we're releasing through the shoulders. If we need the block to support the head, we don't like to have the head down, we can put the block underneath the head. Let the shoulders release now. Keep breathing. Keep feeling. Just a few more breaths. On the next breath in, let's slowly lift the head, come back to the center. Exhale here, and then we're going to change the arms, so we'll switch the left arm on the bottom and right arm on the top. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to just kind of slide into it. One side might feel different than the other. You might need to reposition yourself on the bolster and then settle in. Keep breathing. That's good. Let's inhale and come up. It could be surprisingly intense to release the shoulders, so be aware of that. Now, let's slowly come off the bolster, move it over to the side. Now we're going to slowly bring our bodies down on the back. Clear the space around the side. Keep the bolster nearby because we'll have an option to use the bolster. Let's extend the right leg and draw the left knee up into the chest. And then as you exhale, we're going to see if the knee kind of likes to be on the bolster. It's a little more, you can kind of let yourself go a little more over if the knee rests on the bolster. You could even extend it out to the side so it's even snuggled under. Then lift the left arm open, and then let's just spiral open. And if you feel that the bolster is restricting you, then you can remove it. But sometimes it's nice just not to go so deeply. Or you can kind of snuggle the right leg under a little bit and see how that feels. Stay here for 5 deep breaths. Let the chest open, no forcefulness. If you want to try without, you're welcome to just glide it a little out and see. Makes everything a little more intense, which might help you or might be too much. About 3 more breaths. Two more breaths. And the last breath. Slowly come back to the center. Let's just bring that bolster with us for a moment, and let's just put it on the other side. All right. Extend the left leg. Right knee comes into the chest. Stay there for a moment. And then we'll slide it on over. So get it situated well so we can kind of really feel okay. And the knee is nicely there. You can hold on to it a little bit. Remember, we can explore dropping over, straightening, or you might be good where you are. Inhale, lift the right arm up, and then let's gently open and try not to slide off of the bolster when you open. All right, so that's why we want to hook the knee around it so you don't slide off of it. Stay here for about 5 breaths. Notice how the body shifts and changes with each inhalation and each exhalation. Deepening the breath. And remember, there is that option to slide the bolster away, which just makes it a little more stretchy, which may or may not serve the interests of rest and recovery. Just depends on your body and your mind. You have about 3 more breaths. Two more. Last one. Good. On this one, I want you to reach for the bolster. Let's see if we can snuggle that underneath the knees. Just take a moment there and get that feeling of the bolster underneath the knees. Maybe if we need to move it a little bit more down, you can push on it with your feet. And then, there we go. Find the good place where the knees kind of get support from the bolster. And depending on how tall you are, your feet will touch the ground, or like mine, they might not touch the ground. It's okay. Let's close the eyes and just let the body really rest. Trust the natural intelligence of the body to heal where it needs to heal, to take every moment of rest that you give the body. Trust that the body is rebuilding on a cellular level, renewing itself, restoring itself. That you don't really need to do much except to create the space for the natural intelligence of the body. Just a few more breaths here, feeling the rest and recovery, infusing all the cells of the body. And then allow yourself a long, deep breath in. We'll slowly reawaken, some very slow, quiet movements. Let's bend the knees, taking the feet on the bolster. Roll over to the side. Come on back up. Let's find the way up to a comfortable seated position. Take a moment, settle. Gently bring the hands together, a long, deep breath in. As you exhale, let's softly open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice. May you be happy, may be peaceful, may be filled with love.